Second try. I don't know. To me, this looks like a shaky image, but it'll straighten itself out in the long run. Welcome, people. It's Monday afternoon, Martin Luther King Day, or as we in Virginia actually celebrate as Lee Jackson Day. But anyway, you want to look at it, the holiday, no mail running and all of that. So here we are, and I think we've all recovered from the NFL playoffs over the weekend. God, did I take a hit. Um, if I can explain this thing. I'm doing a fantasy challenge there for NFL.com. The NFL Playoff Challenge is what it's called. Uh, so, simple truth is, I got around today or earlier this morning fixing my team as far as dealing with the conference championships are concerned. What it meant was I had to make wholesale changes because this weekend fucked me up. Oh God, it fucked me up. I mean, here it was. I had Houston was my starting defense. Drew Brees was my starting quarterback. So that went. Arian Foster and Ben Tate were my running backs. Bye bye to them. I had to make wholesale changes. The only thing that saved me was New England. Because I took Deion Branch. No, not Deion Branch. That was two. No, God damn it, I can't remember. Um, I think I done. Shit. I know I took Ron Gronkowski. I know I had him as my tight end. I was trying to remember uh, one other that I had as a wide receiver. Uh, Might have been Wes Welker. I don't know. Anyway, point was, as I said, that thing. So anyway, I had to go in and make changes here for that. And strangely enough, I have to talk about New England because, as I said, it was a saving grace, not so much for my fantasy challenge effort, but uh, it fucked up so many people Saturday night, but it made me so goddamn happy. For once, this is going to be a video where I get to connect two things, basically to connect the sporting world and our societal world. Because what happened Saturday night just put everything in perspective. Now, I'll start with the obvious, of course. So the Patriots did this beatdown on Denver Saturday night, which they did such a beatdown on Tim Tebow. Tebow, yeah. Anyway, T-boned is more like it. Anyway, so I'm going to start this before I go any further. I'm going to preface all of this by saying one thing. Tim Tebow has talent. I will grant that much. He has talent. What he is not is a quote-unquote superstar quarterback. He never will be. He's not at Tom Brady's level. He's not going to be at Eli or Peyton Manning's level. He's not at Aaron Rodgers' level. Never will be. To me, this is the journeyman quarterback who's never going to learn the position properly. But the question becoming, how do you explain how the Broncos actually got into the postseason, reeling off like 6 wins in a row during the regular season? I said, look, I don't have a logical explanation for it. And I emphasize the word logical because there are some things that we shouldn't really be messing with. But what I was going to say is that I went to enough Redskins games, that I saw what happened, that I could see what happens before and after a game. If a player decides to go in the corner of the end zone and kneel and pray before the game or after the game, or even if there's, a serious injury during the game, I understand it. I really do. But what this fucking religious scumbag Tim Tebow continued to do, you have to stand there and do this shit every fucking time you throw a touchdown? Mm-mm. Doesn't work, folks. You know, that offends people. Any way you look at it, uh, that offends people. So, uh, but I said I was going to link this up to how we do sports in our society. I hope everybody was watching this thing Saturday night because during the second quarter, CBS Sports decided to bend over as they had done a few years ago. I'm going to tie these two. Uh, you know what I mean? There was an ad, and mistakenly I'll put ad in air quotes because this was not an ad, this was brainwashing, from the biggest homophobic organization known to mankind. It's called Focus on the Family, and it's run by this religious jackoff named James Dobson, who is, without question, one of the most detestable scumbags on the planet. You're such a goddamn homophobe. You want to stand there and cram morality down everybody's throat. Doesn't work. Anyway, the ad had a group of kids. It basically had a group of small children, all reciting John 3:16. Now, I think everybody knows it, you know, the whole bit. And really because everybody played up this fact that the week before, when the Broncos beat the Steelers, that, you know, here we had Tim Tebow passing for exactly 316 yards. You know, and there are like so many references going on. But here you had this ad. And I said this is not the first time CBS bent over. You know, remember a few years ago when they had the Super Bowl, that they dared to put on this ad where Tim Tebow was standing next to his mother and saying, "Oh, thank you, Mommy, for not aborting my ass." No, that offends people, believe me. Anyway, my point is, after the ad had this ad had aired, the score was 14-7 New England at that point. After that, here came the big slap. Oh, this was just so good. And I happened to be on Twitter that night, you know, doing it through my cell phone. It's a whole different story. Anyway, but I was on Twitter just following the whole thing, and I never saw so much masochistic glee as I saw on Twitter. The Twitterverse just blew up, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, I participated. I mean, and so many people were just coming up with so much shit. I just faved everything. It was just so much fun. I have to say, it's masochistic glee, but it was fun. And then after the game, thinking into the next morning, I suddenly realized something. I said, here we were all taking masochistic glee of watching this religious scumbag go down. And then I saw the big picture. And the big picture is, this is a microcosm. What happened Saturday night on Twitter, what everybody was watching, it's just a microcosm of what's going on in America. And if you want to know what I mean, all you got to do is like tune into this never-ending mini-series. It's known as the Republican presidential candidate debates, or in this case now the Republican primaries. And this is like, you can't do this. I've said before, and I'm going to say it here for everybody to grasp. Religion needs to be kept only within the churches, the mosque, the synagogues. That's where it belongs. It doesn't belong in our public school system or our educational system unless you're dealing with a course on the history of religion in the world. It has no place in our political process. It has no place in broadcasting. I mean, that's the simple truth, folks. You don't like it, bite me. This is how it is. So if you want to find the fastest way to get Barack Obama reelected come November, keep up with this religious bullshit. Keep it up. We can come after your asses just like most people did 4 years ago. You know, to basically point out that religion has no place in our political process. It has no place. It has no place in our educational process. Again, with the exception of teaching about histories of religions in the world. And it certainly has no place in broadcasting. And I'll continue to fight that, and I'll continue to point it out. And as I said, if you don't like it, here's my response to you. End of story. But okay, so that takes care of my little mini rant there. But we can focus on everything else. Really the games this past weekend, over the weekend, they were fun to watch. I mean, watching. I have to say in honesty is they know David Aldridge used to work for the Washington Post. Now he works for TNT. To cover the NBA. And here he was tweeting like, I forget, he tweeted a reference to the game, and I tweeted back to him. I said, I never thought I'd ever thank Tom Brady for stopping Tebow mania, but God damn it, thank you. I had to swallow hard on that, folks. Sorry. As much as I have a disdain for the hoodie Casanova Bill Belichick, as much as I feel Tom Brady's going Hollywood, I still had to pull for New England on Saturday. I had to. America demanded it. America got their fucking payback. Oh, it's just so great. But all kidding aside, the games on Saturday were entertaining. I mean, they were entertaining. They were close. I can't fault it. I can't fault. I don't know what happened with the Saints. I don't know what happened with the Packers, to be honest with you. I was watching the Baltimore-Houston game on Sunday. I was pulling for Houston, as I mentioned before. And it came down really to, they still had a fighting chance there in the last 30 seconds. But they can always talk about the Ravens defense. I hear too much of this from my sister and her husband, but hey, I've learned to live with it. I have nothing against the Ravens, mind you. I don't. But as far as this playoff challenge thing, as I said, I went in this morning, made the changes. The Ravens are now my defense for next weekend. I'm hedging bets here on this. To be honest with this thing, I'm hedging bets. I mean, because the Ravens are my defense. Eli is my starting quarterback. I decided that last night. So, anyway, one way or another, I'm going to get points next week. Next Sunday, I know I'm going to get points. I don't have any chance of winning the big prize. I think I'm like in the 290,000 range or something. It doesn't matter. It's all the thrill of participating. But it was the truth. It was, the games were fun. The games next Sunday will be, fascinating to watch. Oh God, let me think here. A few notes. Oh God, yeah, a few notes. Caps keep winning. They won last night. Congratulations to Dmitry Orlov. Orlov, first career goal, turned out to be the game winner. So they keep winning. The ship's been righted. I cannot say that for the Wizards. They continue to suck. In fact, they're going to be on in about 30 minutes from when I stop this video. I'm forced to watch it. I'm trying to look at something else before I see it. That's why I figured I'd go on here and come on here in the afternoon instead of in the evening when I normally do this. Because I don't want anything interrupting me. It's what. Okay, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I'm starting to lose my voice. So adios, people. Enjoy your Martin Luther King Day. Or for those of us here in Virginia, enjoy Lee Jackson Day. Okay, we celebrate that. It's a state holiday here, by the way. So we will see you when I am in the mood for doing another video. So that's it and that too. Adios.